Hi, my name is Chris Forbish. Today is Sunday, February 5th, 2012. It's been a while since I've been able to do these videos. Orion's been in the hospital. My little 3-year-old boy. But we're home, and I'm back to doing them. Changed up a little bit on how I'm doing them, but for the most part, the concept is still the same. There you go. So, check this out. Today's topic for experiencing God day by day is called Seeking Jesus. And Simon and those who were with him searched for him. And that comes from Mark chapter 1, verse 36. Simon is well known to us for his foolish, extemporaneous statements throughout the Gospels. But Peter was always seeking after Jesus. Peter followed Jesus from afar during the night of Jesus' crucifixion. Peter ran to the tomb when he heard Jesus had risen. Peter swam in the sea in his haste to get to Jesus, and even walked on water in order to join Jesus. Peter did not always say or do the right things, but he did constantly seek to be with Jesus. Because of this, he was continually encountering his Lord and growing to be a more faithful disciple. Whenever we see Peter coming to Jesus, he is always accompanied by others. Because Peter was seeking Jesus, others sought him too. What are you known for by those who know you best? Do they see you searching fame, power, success, or happiness? Are you the person who seeks after Jesus? God promises, and you will seek me and find me, and when you search for me with all your heart. Did you begin today intent on encountering Jesus? Is your search for him half-hearted, or are you seeking him with all your heart? Have others grown closer to Jesus because they followed your example and sought Jesus? If your heart is set on pursuing Jesus, you will always find him. And the Spirit and the bride say, "Come," and let him who hears say, "Come," and let him who thirsts come. Sorry, I just woke up, and I know that probably didn't make much sense, because I'm kind of stuttering and whatnot, but this is a very interesting topic. Following Jesus is something that will always lead you in the right direction. I've found that when I abandon the principles that Christ teaches and I start to go my own way, that's when I start to lose my way. If I don't start my day with prayer, or if I don't focus on doing something positive for somebody else the way Christ would want me to do, I'm serving my own interest, and that has never proven to be very fruitful. I always find myself doing something selfish and greedy, getting caught up in lust or greed, or desiring things that I don't need and can't have. I get upset that I don't have a really nice car or a big house, but then when I do what Jesus wants me to do, I'm completely content with the life that I have here and why I am here. So, daily reflection for today is called A Glorious Release. The minute I stopped arguing, I could begin to see and feel. Right there, step 2, gently and very gradually, began to infiltrate my life. I can't say upon what occasion or upon what day I came to believe in a power greater than myself, but I certainly have that belief now. To acquire it, I had only to stop fighting and practice the rest of AA's program as enthusiastically as I could. That comes from 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 27. After years of indulging in a self-will run riot, step 2 became for me a glorious release from being all alone. Nothing is so painful or insurmountable as my journey now. Someone is always there to share life's burdens with me. Step 2 became a reinforcement with God, and now I realize that my insanity and ego were curiously linked. To rid myself of that former, I must give up the latter to one with far broader shoulders than my own. I think that leaning on God is going to bring very, very good things for us. This actually goes very well with the first topic here. I love how they mention a self-will run riot. Like I said earlier, when I do what I want to do, things go wrong, things go crazy. But taking this second step is just such a great release, as this thing says. I love how it says it's a reinforcement with God, when you can admit that you need God, that you cannot do it alone, and you just ask Him, say, hey, God, what can you do? Please, what can I do to do your will? I have found that when I begin my day with a prayer, I say, hey God, please let me abandon my own interests. Please let me do exactly what you would have me do, and not serve myself, but to serve you and other people. Things go well. I'm finding that as I'm consistently sober now, I'm starting to become more conscious to the pain and suffering of other people. And I think that it's just very important that we consider what others are going through. Because the second that we think we've got it the worst, you're going to find someone who's got it more difficult and more challenging than us. I'm going to have to step off camera just for a second to grab the last 2 books because I've got time for them, so. I say 2 books and I grab 4. That's how I roll. So today's topic for encouragement for prosperity. And I apologize for me being really slow. I just barely woke up, and apparently everybody else is getting up now too. So today's topic for encouragement for prosperity is liking money. I don't like money, but it quiets my nerves. That comes from Joe Luis. Why would somebody dislike money? Because of everything people attach to it. We think we have to have it, to give it, to hide it, manipulate with it. The amount of stress that surrounds this condition is monumental. Because there is so much shame attached to not having enough of anything, our fear of being discovered creates a facade people rarely penetrate. None of this is necessary. If we can deal with the cause of our discomfort rather than its symptoms, we have a right to comfort, success, and freedom from worry. If we don't have money, we can begin by imagining we do, and imagining that we like it. And a daily affirmation here at the bottom is, I look at my checkbook today and increase the balance 100-fold. I look at my wallet and see that the money I want is always there for me. Once more, I look at my checkbook today and increase the balance 100-fold. I look at my wallet and I see that the money I want is always there for me. This goes along with the movie called The Secret. That's mental conditioning. I'm finding that if you're always saying, hey, I'm broke, I hate my life, I don't have the money for the things I need, I don't like my car, I don't like my house, I can't stand my family because all they want is money, yada 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 yada. There you are, circling in negativity. You don't even need to run those things through your mind, just listen to those statements. Like, I don't like myself, I hate being broke. That makes you focused on sad things, that makes you focused on bad stuff, and it makes you feel really gross inside, unhappy. But, like this affirmation for today says, I look at my checkbook and I increase the balance 100-fold. Look at your bank balance. You know, like I've been watching my Fidelity 401k stocks and my Chase Bank lately a lot, and like I'm paying too much attention to it. But if I just realize, hey, that there's money there, and it will be enough for what we absolutely have to have, God will provide the rest. You know, like I've found that. I've been giving so much money away lately, and I find that it actually brings a lot back my way. It makes me feel very good. Look in your wallet and see that the money you want is always there. See, there's a lot of things that people wind up buying that they don't actually have to have. You know, I can tell you that I spend a lot of money on things I don't need. And I think that is one of the greatest downfalls of people, is because they get caught up in trying to have all these fancy things. And like me, you buy all these nice little things and then you can't pay your bills. Or it causes financial stress in the home. And none of that is positive. Topic for today from Easy Does It is called True Selves. And now this is one of the most awesome statements ever, and I've never really known who it came from until just now reading this. It's from Shakespeare, but it's on the AA, uses it a lot, and I've actually wanted to get it as a tattoo. But it says, to thine own self be true. If we committed suicide within the early years of recovery, we would be killing a stranger. We would look back over our hopes, dreams, and ambitions of a few years ago, and they share little or no resemblance with those we have today. When we look at the people in our lives today, we see not only that they're different people, but they're entirely different kinds of people. The people who is emerging in our recovery is one we truly like. The person who is emerging in our recovery is one we truly like. Where has that person been all our lives? We were too scared to reveal this self to the world. Our ego put it down and called it inadequate, ugly, and good for nothing. Our program has helped us put a lid on our egos, and our true self is becoming a wonderful friend. We are no mistake. We are loved by our higher power, and we are capable of wonderful things. And the affirmation from this one is very good. I do not have to live my life according to the demands of others. I do not have to change my identity to please anything or anyone. It is myself that I should be true. I do not have to live my life according to the demands of others. I do not have to change my identity to please anything or anyone. It is to myself that I stay true. This is so good. There's a thing here. This whole topic was good, but the one that I really wanted to comment on was we were too scared to reveal this self to the world. Our ego put it down and called it inadequate, ugly, and good for nothing. That's talking about our who we are after we are recovered and we're sober and we're clean and we're up and we're doing things that we want to do, that we need to do. That's exactly what we need to be doing with our lives, rather than, wasting away, getting drunk and high. I just love how it strikes right to the point. Where has this person been all of our lives? The person we are now, where have we been? We've been hidden from behind all the shame and the guilt and the greed of using drugs. Our program has helped us put a lid on our egos, and our true self is becoming a wonderful friend. This is my favorite thing in the whole topic here. We are no mistake. We are loved by our higher power, and we are capable of wonderful things. I personally think that should be the daily affirmation for today. But, it is what it is. And I think that oftentimes I've considered myself a mistake for the problems I've caused and the pain I've suffered and all that. And I look back now and I'm like, wow, I'm a mistake. I've gone through these things to help other people. I'm going to try to squeeze in one from the Spirit Recovery book really quick. I've got 3 minutes. I see a museum of personal ancient history. I'm going to have a giveaway garage sale. Looking around my home, I see a museum of personal ancient history. This stuff is not me anymore. I actually don't know that this stuff ever was me. Who cares? I'm not dragging all this junk around anymore. How crazy is it that I've been living with a sentimental attachment to this BS? I've got to laugh at myself. The whole time I've been working on freeing myself from suffering, I've been maintaining a museum of personal drama. I'm crazy. How can I judge myself when it's obvious that I'm not sane enough to stand trial? Cleaning house applies on many levels. So let's get with it. This is a new interpretation of let go and let God. As I rearrange my life, I'm also going to recreate the space I live in. Let's have a little light and fresh air here. Recovery is a reckoning with the past and embracing of the future by becoming fully present. As I let go of my old stuff, there will be feelings and a few tears. By letting go, I am making space for the life I live today. Thank you, Creator, for my awakening. I love you. I've got to do that. As I look around this office, I just see a whole bunch of junk. And some of it's cool, some of it's yada yada yada. But I think that I'm going to take this to heart and actually run with it today. A whole bunch of stuff I'm just going to put online for sale or free. And if it doesn't sell, the next day I'm just going to toss it. Because it really does feel good to clean that all out. Now, from what it looks like, I have a minute left. I have a 1-year Bible. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do these 5 books in one video. Like I just did. And I'll do the 1-year Bible in the second video. So what I'll do is I'll finish this video up, I'll do my reading, and I'll come back a little bit later and do that. I just want to thank you all for the support and love you've given us. We're finally home, and God bless it. I'm happy to be able to get back to doing what I want to do. And being healthy, still sober, Valentine's Day is going to be 30 days for me. That feels really good. Thank you all very much for being supportive, paying attention to these. God bless you all. I don't think I could have done it without the encouraging comments from those of you who have been paying attention, those of you who have just been supportive all along. City Church, Jack, Lorianne, everybody. Thank you. God bless you. Stay sober.